everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today is Friday, March 15th, so it is another payday for me, another cash stuffing envelope for you guys. So I first wanted to mention, as you can see, I have a few different, well, this is a planner, this is a notebook. I did just do a video on me switching planners. So I have been using the deluxe monthly planner, which I love, but go watch that video to see why I switched. I had a reason for it. So I did switch, so I now have the Erin Condren Life Planner. And then because there are not a lot of notes pages in this, and I do all of my cash envelope stuffing, budgeting in the notes of my deluxe monthly planner, I decided to also get a coiled notebook just so that I could have extra note pages and could do my cash stuffing envelopes in that notebook, as well as other budgeting and video ideas that I have. So that's why I have the two here. I'm going to put this one aside because I am not going to be using that. I am going to be using this one. So this is a new cover I just got. She designed a life she loved. I love the purple, it's really pretty. So I'm going to open it up here, and I also have, so I make budget stickers. I have an Etsy shop. I will link it in the description below. I also make cash envelopes, which you will see here in just a little bit. But I made this for my cash envelopes, and then I'm going to start doing budgeting a little bit different in April. But it's kind of like a chevron peach colored background cash envelopes, week 1, week 2, week 3. And then if you've seen any of my previous cash envelope videos, which I'll just show you an example of what I do, for those of you that are new here, this is what I do. So this is my deluxe monthly planner. I always had the date at the top. This is my credit card bills, my loans, everything to do with my car. And then these are my cash envelopes. So I have my expenses, my sinking funds, and then these are my totals. So that's how I have always done my budgeting in my deluxe monthly planner. As you can see, they're all the same. I have done all of them that way. So I'm going to be doing the same with this, but instead of writing all of my categories and whatnot out, I have decided to just make stickers with all of my categories in here already. That way I then just have to write the totals and whatnot, and I thought it would look a lot more clean and organized. So let me just get this sticker off here and get everything laid down, and then we will begin. I have a lot of videos that I'm trying to get done, as my household has been kind of sick lately, so I haven't really got much done YouTube-wise, so I'm trying to play catch up now. And for some reason, my sticker is not coming up that well. I might need to change my blade. Okay. So we'll just lay this part down here. Alright, so we have cash envelopes, week 3, and I always start with my credit cards. So we will put this guy down here. So as you can see, cash envelopes, and we're starting with credit cards. I did want to mention quick, before I forget, the pens that I am going to be using today are these ones here. They are the Parkoo gel pen medium point. They are extremely vibrant. This one comes with 14. There's also a black one, which I'm using. They dry extremely fast, and the colors are so pretty. So I'll leave the link down to their shop below as well if you want to check them out. Alright, so we'll get started here. So the first one I have for credit card is Apple. Which I am going to be putting in $4.50 this week, and then this one is actually due on the 17th, so I have 4 weeks worth of that amount, so I will now go in and pay that minimum payment. Next is Walmart, and this week's is $8.50, and same with this one. This is due on the 18th, so I'll go in and pay that. These totals that I am writing down are a weekly amount. So I get paid every week, and I say this every time, but just to catch people that are new, I get paid every week, so I have it figured out to where I take out a weekly amount of my minimum payment for each bill. So Walmart usually ends up being $35, so I have it figured out to where I take out a quarter of that every week, and then by the time the payment is due, I have that entire amount. So that's kind of how I do that. I do have a video on it. It's called Splitting Up Your Bills Across Paychecks. You guys can check that out. Capital One is $40. Let's switch it up here. I'll write my totals in a different color. So we have... add these guys up, and my my camera battery is flashing at me, so if it dies I will charge it and be right back. So that one is 53. My next category is loans. And I only have one that I consider in this category, which is Western Federal. And that weekly payment is $56.75. So that total is then $56.75. The next one for me is car, which car for me is my car payment as well as my car insurance. So my car payment is through UNI, which is $153, and yes, that is per week. And yes, my car payment is expensive. I am looking at getting something different so that I don't have such a high car payment, but as of right now, it is what it is. Alright, so my car and my car payment totals are $172.77. So these amounts here, I transferred to Capital One 360 for basically an electronic version of cash envelopes. And I do have a video on that as well, if you guys are interested. Just makes it easier so you don't have to have a million physical envelopes with all that cash. It just makes it a little easier. So my next one is going to be expenses. So all of these ones now that I am doing are physical cash envelopes. So I'm taking cash out of the bank for these categories. So my first one is gas, which I do 40. Grocery, I do 60. Spending is 20. Cell phone is 30. And my daughter's tumbling is 20. add those guys up. I'm like kind of not paying attention because I'm trying to keep an eye on my camera to make sure it hasn't died. So the total for my expenses portion of my cash is $170. And then the last category that I do is sinking funds. So for sinking funds, I have car maintenance, which is $12. Hygiene, which is $8. Medical, which is $5. Gifts is $10. Kids, it's $15. And Christmas, which is my newest sinking fund, is $20. So we will get these amounts added up. And these amounts are the same every week. They don't change. I haven't skipped weeks or anything, so I put the same amount in every week. Alright, so now what I do is I go through, and I'll do this in a different color. Alright, so I go through and I have my transfer total, which I'll explain what all these are in a second, my cash, and that total, and then I have income, and what is going to be going to debt snowball. Alright, so what I do now is I add up these three amounts, because these are the amounts that I am going to be transferring into my Capital One 360 account, which is $282.52. And then my cash total are these two amounts, so $240. So those two amounts added together is $522.52. So that is how much I spent in bills this week. Bills, expenses, everything. My income this week was $600. So I just take those two amounts then, and that is what I am left with to put towards my debt snowball. Okay, so that is it for the budgeting portion of it. I will now get my cash all organized and get my envelopes out. That way we can get to stuffing the videos. Or stuffing the envelopes. Okay, I got everything laid out. And you probably noticed that I have new envelopes. I am so excited about these. I got a bunch new gold foil paper that I then used to make a ton of cash envelopes for my inventory for my Etsy shop. So I made all of these ones. They're so cute. And then they also have the tracker on the back, and all of this is reusable because the paper is, or the tracker and the labels are underneath the lamination, so you just use a wet erase marker, write on there what your category is or what spending you do, and then when you want to erase it, you just use a like a wet wipe, and then they're reusable. So I have new envelopes, so as I am going here, I need to replace or change out the money from my old cash envelopes, put them in my new ones, and kind of redo my trackers too. So I'm going to kind of do that as we go. So these ones here I don't have trackers on the back of, just because the money is coming and going out of these ones pretty regularly, so it would be kind of pointless to do that. So gas gets 40, and there is nothing in gas right now, so we will add 40 into that one. And I think this one is empty too, so that was my old gas envelope. Groceries, this is my old one. It is empty. And groceries get 60. So we'll add 60 into that one. I love these patterns. The gold foil is just, oh my goodness, so cute. Okay, spending, this was my old spending envelope. Nothing in there. Spending gets 20. If you guys are loving these designs, go to my Etsy shop description, or the link is in the description below, and you can check them out. I have lots of different patterns on there, lots of designs. You can get them with or without the tracker, completely up to you. Cell phone, had nothing in this one because I just paid it. This was my old one, so we're gonna add in 30. I just paid that last week, so. So there is cell phone. Tumbling also, this was my old one. I just paid that one, so this one also has nothing. So I'm going to add 20 into that one. So now we are down to my sinking funds. So these ones I do have trackers on. So this was my old car maintenance. The last time I filled it, I had $108 in it. So I'm just going to start with that. So I'm just going to go on here. And so I had $108. I'm just going to write that date. That was 3/8 of 19. So I am now going to be adding in 12. So we'll take our 12, and then I'm going to change out the envelopes, take the money out of that one, and see what we are at now. So now we are at 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So now I am at 120. So we'll add that in there, and then we'll finish my tracker. So I just added, so today is the 15th. I added 12, and then I always put either a plus or a minus depending on if I'm adding or taking out, which puts me at 120. So the trackers are really great because then you don't have to count how much is in your envelope every time you want to see. You just flip it over and you know exactly how much is in there. So there's car maintenance. Hygiene, this was my old hygiene one, and I have one lonely dollar in there because we did go get haircuts yesterday. So I'm just going to write that as of 3/8/19 we had $1. So today I am adding in 8, which will put us to 9. So we'll do 5, 6, 7, 8 with the addition of the other dollar. That puts us at 9. Oh my goodness, there we go. Seriously, look at those patterns. So pretty. Okay, medical. This was my old medical envelope. We were at 30. So I will add, let's see, so as of 3/8, we're at 30. And today I am adding 5. So we're at 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. So brings my new total to 35. And these markers are usually a lot darker than this, but I can tell that my kids have been using this marker, and it's basically similar to a dry erase marker, and when you write with it on paper, it doesn't really want to work so well anymore. This was my old gifts, so it had 80 in it. So 3, 8 was at 80, and we are adding in 10. So this will now be at 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. I love this pattern. It reminds me of like a lace design or something. So 315, we added in 10, which gets us to 90. This was my old kids envelope. It had 95 in it. Oops. And then I'm adding in 15. Plus, so we have 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 95, 100, 105, 110. So this one is now at 110. And last is Christmas, which I just started this one last week, so it only had 20 in it. But it will add up pretty quickly. It's amazing just how fast sinking funds add up when you're adding to them every week or whenever you get the chance to. So we'll add another 20, which will put Christmas at 40. Okay. So we have them all stuffed. Everything is in there. I just am so... Seriously, I just cannot get over these designs. Okay. So everything is stuffed, everything is done for the week. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please visit my Etsy shop if you liked the designs of the envelopes. I have a ton more on there, lots of different gold foil options, and yeah, so head over there. The link is in the description, and I hope you guys have a good weekend. I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye!